Hello, beautiful, amazing, fantastic world, and you, wonderful, wonderful individual you. Today, I would like to speak about the consistent practice and study of esoteric insights and truth, and of course, holding oneself grounded to the earthly and to life, so that we do not separate these two because they really are belonging together. Of course, we only see the effects of the higher beings in the physical realm, but it is still nonetheless there as an entrance to the higher worlds. The more we do practice, the more we awaken the longing and the joy, the gratitude, the faith, because that will activate and become alive within us, come online within us once we have over time, for that is what we need to, that is what we should do, and that is what is reality, is over time the higher worlds will continuously give us carrots and, well, insightful snacks, one could call it. Spiritual nourishment that over time one cannot truly live without. To daily nourish one's own soul and aspire towards the true, the good, the beautiful, while at the same time not become, tyrannical, and on the other hand not become airy-fairy, and in a third way actually hold the balance between the playfulness, the more cloudy, airy, the more mystical, with the precision, with the meticulous, with the detail oriented, and you have both the whole and the details, so you can see the harmonious wholes and all of the variety of life and spiritual forces that is working in tandem and in harmony with each other to a, well, almost scary degree. Just take our Earth, for example. We take, just to use silly examples, or not even silly examples, but beavers released in a otherwise dead swamp in Scotland, and over a few years it enlivened the ecosystem. It comes in new animals, and the whole ecosystem are thriving again. And there is not a single niche on this planet that hasn't been filled by some creature, because life is kind of like a gas. It expands into any area of niche on this planet. Even in the volcanic vent, thousands of meters deep down in the sea, there are bacteria floating about. There are wonderful fungi and mushrooms that eat, well, radioactivity and plastic nowadays. And nature is a living, wise, ever developing entity, being, and we are part of this. We are as natural in this as any other being, and the only thing differentiating us is that we are capable of freedom, and that includes the freedom to again not see ourselves as unnatural on this planet. We are only going in a direction that is a little bit different from the rest of the animals, because we have spiritual faculties that are more developed than they are. But they are in turn living 100% harmonious natural life with nature. So there is always a give and take in all of this. It is for us and our responsibility as individuals to again connect into the natural whole of things, and at the same time keep our consciousness and awakeness and awareness and love intact, so that we do not start, munching on each other or something. It is all about not becoming animalistic again in the end. We are to develop and become spirits of love and freedom in the future. Of course, we do not say we are that now, but we are aspiring, we are potential latent spirits of freedom and love. And we are in the future becoming part of the hierarchy, the divine hierarchy. One could say the 10th link, but that is not what's important. What is important what we unfolded yesterday is today a fruit. What we unfold today is a fruit tomorrow. And for us to ever be able to hold a whole picture, we should always look towards moving forward and not continuously looking back, because that is when it is okay to reflect on the past, you know? We are in the present reflecting in the past, but we know the past is something that is in the past. It is all for us so that we can change our attitude and our feeling towards our own pasts. It's all about forgiving oneself so one can operate moving forward and not stay lethargic and paralyzed because of some past event. And for us to do that, we have to look at the past. We have to feel every single feeling we felt from the past. And this is for every individual one to do with carefulness, and how we all individually are capable of handling this. There is no hurry. There is healing, and life is not going anywhere. And for us to connect to presence and moving forward and drawing wisdom from the past, we will have to be awake now in the middle. The past and the future is also kind of, well, the same as soft and hard in a sense, but it is from a different angle. These dualities are from different angles, but we are not a duality, we are a trinity, a threefold nature. The beam, or the two extremes, the fulcrum, which the Christ in us helps us balance through compassion, love, understanding, and dignity. And the two extremes are either or. If we are not becoming aware of that we are the participator in all of this, and we have a say, and we are the balancer, and we are far more active and dynamic with this than we like ourselves to believe. Of course, if we do wish to look for whatever hindrances and whatever limitations we have, you will find it. But if you're striving towards continuously unfolding latent capabilities that is only rudimentary and in the beginning stages today, the joy of finding these beginning stages in the first place, oh, it is a joy. Oh, the gratitude one feels when one truly, it feels like an honor, you know, to participate in this age. And for us to absorb and take in as much as we can, we need to be awake. We should be awake. I don't like using the word need or have to, because that is not reality. We should. It's a suggestion. It is very important, for we do not meddle in people's wills. We only inspire, we tease and flirt a little bit as to make, well, anyone, you that watches and listen to me, become enthusiastic and curious about this, so you can go study for yourself. You should awaken the understanding within you, but in freedom. I am just inspiring, you see? And that is what I like to do. That is my artistry. That is my joy in life. And the autonomous, just like the alphabet. You know, you don't need to continuously remember the alphabet to be able to read or write. It's the same with spiritual faculties. They become organs and inner faculties of activity within us. So we do not have to continuously remember everything, for once you have practiced and studied and utilized your inner imagination, guided with emotion and will, long enough, it becomes actively alive within you subconsciously. Same with the alphabet. And that is what we try to, accomplish here. And we all do it individually and in different paces and in different tempos. And we all have different levels of enthusiasm and initiative towards this. And that is fully okay. Some are really driven by this, and others are more of dabblers to begin with, but that dabbling will over time accelerate and become a full-blown longing, because the understanding has become deep enough to know that there are certain things we would love and wish to see in the future, both from ourselves and from culture and so on. And reflecting on these things daily, well, it can only make you more intelligent and more understanding and far deeper than you were before. It will lead to good when we, in goodwill and intention, cultivate what it is all about. Not forcing anything. It's about letting oneself in aware consciousness, being guided toward what we need and not what we necessarily want. Because what we want is often not always aligned with what we need and what we should cultivate. And the outer world and our life has a huge tendency to reflect back to us and mirror to us what it is that we should focus on, if we only pay a little bit attention to it. And of course, it's all about faith, love, hope, balanced with karma, judgment, or discernment, courage, and carefulness. So humility and moral and intellectual tact is immensely important, because once we start to become arrogant or thinking that we are all alone and we have... No, that is not reality. We are continuously being inspired and being guided by the higher worlds. And to give a little thanks where thanks is due, of course, gratitude, reverence, devotion, but not blind devotion. It's a devotion that you wish to... It's kind of the feeling you wish to show the higher world that you are, serious about this. You're not proving it to anyone around you just to feel, to gloat or to elevate your own status. And you do it because you long to show the higher worlds, and also that the higher worlds will show you. At least that's my longing. When I say you, it might be you, it might not, but that is at least my stance on it. And it doesn't disappoint. It continuously gives us that carrot, that little, what's it called? Insightful snack. I guess that is the best. I really was looking for another synonym, but you see, I had another saying about it earlier, but I digress. It's not really important. It's all about them giving you those small, those small lightning bolts that continuously keep you going. It's just delightful, and yeah, I think this is what I wanted to say for today. May Father, Holy Spirit, Christ, Michael, angel masters of all, ancestors from every incarnation, bless, protect, guide, and love you on your amazing journey, and may you be provided for with all that you need to survive, live, thrive, being creative, inspirational, and healing to the world, so others can choose to follow when time is right and courage is as most high. Love you. See you, my dear sibling. Goodbye.